Gentlemen, if you are over 60, I want you to listen carefully because one snack you may be eating every day could be quietly working against your energy, your blood flow, your prostate, and your male confidence. Most men believe nuts are always healthy. They hear, nuts are good fats, nuts are good for the heart, and nuts are a smart snack, so they start eating them by the handful. But here is the truth most people never explain clearly. Not all nuts are the same. Some nuts may support circulation, hormones, energy, and heart health, but others may increase inflammation, raise blood pressure, disturb blood sugar, overload calories, or even create problems when eaten in excess. And after 60, these details matter more than ever. Because after 60, the body changes. Blood vessels become less flexible, testosterone may decline, belly fat becomes easier to gain, blood sugar becomes harder to control, the prostate becomes more sensitive, recovery becomes slower, and circulation becomes one of the most important factors for how strong, energetic, and confident a man feels. And gentlemen, let me say this clearly. Erections are not just about desire. Erections are about blood flow. If your arteries are stiff, inflamed, clogged, or under pressure, blood cannot move the way it should. And when blood flow weakens, a man may notice softer erections, lower stamina, less morning vitality, weaker confidence, and more frustration in his private life. That is why today I want to show you 4 nuts many men over 60 should be careful with, and 4 better nuts you may want to choose instead. This is not about fear. This is about awareness. I am not saying one peanut or one cashew will ruin your body, but I am saying that daily habits add up. The snack you eat every night while watching television may either support your circulation or quietly steal from it. So stay with me until the end because the final nut I will share is often ignored, but it may be one of the best choices for steady energy, healthy blood vessels, and male vitality after 60. Let us begin with the first nut many older men should limit. Number 1. Peanuts. Now I know peanuts are everywhere. Peanut butter, roasted peanuts, salted peanuts, peanut snacks, candy bars, trail mixes. Many men grew up eating peanut butter sandwiches and grabbing peanuts at ball games. They feel familiar, cheap, and harmless. But peanuts are not actually true nuts. They are legumes. And while they can provide protein and fat, they can also become a problem when eaten too often, especially in the salty, roasted, processed forms most people buy. The first issue is inflammation. Peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, the body needs some omega-6 fats, but too much omega-6 without enough omega-3 can push the body toward inflammation. And inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of aging men. Inflammation can stiffen arteries, irritate joints, worsen belly fat, affect the prostate, and make circulation less efficient. And when circulation is affected, erections can suffer. Think of your blood vessels like flexible hoses. When they are healthy, blood moves smoothly. But when inflammation builds, those vessels become stiff, narrow, and less responsive. Blood flow becomes weaker, pressure rises, energy falls, and the parts of the body that depend on strong blood flow begin to struggle. That includes the penis. Many peanuts are also roasted in cheap oils and covered in salt. That makes the problem worse. Extra salt can raise blood pressure in sensitive men, and high blood pressure is one of the most common hidden causes of erectile weakness after 60. A man may think, I'm just having a healthy snack. But if that snack is salted peanuts every night, it may be feeding inflammation, pressure, and poor circulation. There is also the issue of peanut quality. Peanuts can be more prone to mold contamination than many other nuts, depending on storage and handling. That is one more reason older men should be cautious and not treat peanuts like a daily health food. So what should you eat instead? Choose almonds. Almonds are one of the best nuts for men after 60 because they support circulation in a cleaner way. They contain vitamin E, magnesium, fiber, and heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. Vitamin E helps protect the lining of blood vessels from oxidative stress. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels and supports blood pressure, blood sugar, muscle function, and nerve function. This matters because strong male performance depends on relaxed, healthy blood vessels. When vessels are flexible, blood can move better. When blood moves better, energy, stamina, and confidence often improve. Almonds also help you feel full without giving you the same kind of salty, inflammatory snack pattern that processed peanuts can create. The key is portion control. A small handful is enough. You do not need half a bag. Choose raw or dry-roasted unsalted almonds when possible. So the first swap is simple. Reduce salted peanuts and choose almonds instead. Now let us move to the second nut many men over 60 should be careful with. Number 2. Cashews. Cashews taste smooth, creamy, and slightly sweet. They feel like a luxury snack. Many men eat them at night thinking they are doing something good for the heart. But cashews have two problems that matter after 60. First, cashews are higher in carbohydrates than many other nuts. That means they can affect blood sugar more than people realize. If you are already dealing with prediabetes, diabetes, belly fat, fatigue after meals, or insulin resistance, eating cashews by the handful may not be the best choice. Why does this matter for men? Because blood sugar and testosterone are connected. When blood sugar is unstable and insulin resistance increases, belly fat often grows. And belly fat is not just weight, it is hormonally active tissue. It can lower testosterone, increase inflammation, and make it harder for a man to feel strong and confident. Cashews are also calorie-dense. Because they are soft and easy to eat, many people overeat them without noticing. One handful becomes 2, then 3. That can quietly increase calories and belly fat. Second, cashews contain oxalates. For many people, this is not a major issue. But for men with a history of kidney stones, kidney concerns, or urinary sensitivity, high oxalate foods can be a problem when eaten too often. And after 60, kidney and urinary health matter. If the kidneys are stressed, the whole body feels it. Blood pressure may rise, energy may drop, urination may change, sleep may suffer. So again, this is not about panic. A few cashews here and there are not the problem. The problem is making them a daily bowl-at-night habit. What should you eat instead? Choose walnuts. Walnuts are one of the most powerful nuts for men because they contain omega-3 fatty acids, plant compounds, fiber, and antioxidants that support heart and blood vessel health. Omega-3 fats help balance inflammation. They support healthier arteries and may help improve the internal environment your circulation depends on. And remember, circulation is everything. Your heart needs circulation. Your brain needs circulation. Your legs need circulation. Your intimate health needs circulation. Walnuts also support nitric oxide pathways indirectly by improving vascular health. Nitric oxide is the molecule that helps blood vessels relax and open. When nitric oxide is healthier, blood flow can improve. That is why walnuts are a smarter choice than cashews for many men over 60 who want better circulation, steadier energy, and healthier aging. You can eat a small handful of walnuts daily, add them to oatmeal, sprinkle them over yogurt, or combine them with berries. But keep portions reasonable. Nuts are powerful, but they are still calorie-dense. So the second swap is this: reduce cashews and choose walnuts instead. Now let us talk about the third nut to be careful with. Number 3. Macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts taste rich, buttery, and expensive. They feel like a premium snack. Many people assume that because they are natural, they must be healthy in any amount. But macadamia nuts are extremely calorie-dense and very high in fat. Now, not all fat is bad. The body needs fat for hormones, brain function, and energy. But too much calorie-dense fat, especially when eaten at night while sitting, can slowly increase weight and belly fat. And belly fat is one of the biggest enemies of male vitality after 60. When belly fat increases, testosterone often decreases. Blood sugar becomes harder to control. Inflammation rises. Blood pressure may increase. Sleep may worsen. And circulation becomes less efficient. All of this can affect erections. Many men do not connect their late-night snacks to their private problems. They think performance changes are just age. But often the body is responding to years of small choices that created inflammation, weight gain, and poor blood flow. Macadamia nuts can also be easy to overeat. Because they are soft and buttery, you may eat a large amount before feeling satisfied. That can push calories much higher than expected. So if you already have high cholesterol, weight gain, high blood pressure, or circulation problems, macadamias should be a rare treat, not a daily routine. What should you eat instead? Choose pistachios. Pistachios are one of my favorite nuts for men after 60 because they support blood flow in a very interesting way. Pistachios contain arginine, an amino acid the body uses to make nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is one of the keys to healthy erections. Nitric oxide helps blood vessels relax. When blood vessels relax, blood can flow more freely. That is exactly what the body needs for better circulation, better stamina, and stronger male function. Pistachios also contain fiber, antioxidants, healthy fats, and plant sterols that support heart health. They may help support cholesterol balance and blood vessel function when eaten in reasonable portions. And because pistachios are usually eaten one at a time, especially if you buy them in the shell, they can naturally slow you down. That helps with portion control. A small handful of unsalted pistachios can be a smart snack. Not a giant bowl, not covered in sugar, not salted heavily. Just simple pistachios. So the third swap is this: reduce macadamia nuts and choose pistachios instead. Now we come to the fourth nut many men misunderstand. Number 4. Brazil nuts in excess. Brazil nuts are interesting because they are not completely bad. In fact, in small amounts they can be useful because they are rich in selenium. Selenium is an important mineral. It supports thyroid function, sperm health, antioxidant protection, and immune function. Men need selenium. But here is the problem. Brazil nuts contain a very high amount of selenium. That means you do not need many. 1 or 2 Brazil nuts can provide a lot. But some men hear that Brazil nuts are good for testosterone or fertility, so they start eating handfuls every day. That is where the danger begins. Too much selenium can become toxic. Excess selenium may lead to fatigue, digestive upset, hair changes, nail changes, a metallic taste, nerve symptoms, and other problems. And when the body is overloaded, energy and vitality can decline. This is one of the biggest lessons in nutrition. More is not always better. A little can support you. Too much can harm you. After 60, the body may process and clear excess minerals less efficiently, especially if kidney, liver, or thyroid issues are present. So Brazil nuts should be respected. You do not need to fear them. You need to control the amount. For many men, 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a few times per week is enough. A handful every day is too much for many people. What should you eat instead for daily support? Choose hazelnuts. Hazelnuts do not get the attention almonds, walnuts, and pistachios get, but they are a strong choice for men over 60. They contain vitamin E, healthy fats, magnesium, fiber, and antioxidants. These nutrients help protect blood vessels, support heart health, and reduce oxidative stress. Vitamin E is especially useful because it helps protect the delicate lining of the arteries, and when arteries are healthier, blood flow can be stronger. Hazelnuts also provide steady energy. They do not push blood sugar the way sweeter snacks can. They are satisfying, rich, and supportive when eaten in small portions. For men who feel tired, inflamed, or worried about circulation, hazelnuts can be a quiet but powerful ally. You can eat them plain, add them to yogurt, mix them with walnuts, or use them in a small homemade nut mix. Just avoid chocolate-coated, sugar-loaded versions. That turns a healthy nut into dessert. So the fourth swap is simple. Do not overeat Brazil nuts. Use hazelnuts as a better daily option. Now let us bring everything together. The 4 nuts many men over 60 should be careful with are peanuts, cashews, macadamia nuts, and Brazil nuts in excess. Peanuts may promote inflammation when eaten often, especially salted and roasted in poor oils. Cashews may affect blood sugar more than many men realize, and may be a concern for men with kidney stone risk. Macadamias are very calorie-dense and can contribute to weight gain if eaten daily by the handful. Brazil nuts are useful in tiny amounts but can overload selenium when eaten too often. And the 4 better nuts are almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and hazelnuts. Almonds support magnesium, vitamin E, blood vessel health, and steady energy. Walnuts support omega-3 fats, inflammation balance, and heart health. Pistachios support arginine, nitric oxide, and blood flow. Hazelnuts support vitamin E, antioxidants, and cleaner circulation. But I want you to understand something important. This is not about eating perfect. This is about eating smarter. You do not need to throw away every food. You do not need to panic over one snack. You simply need to ask, is this helping my circulation, my hormones, my energy, and my confidence? Or is it quietly working against me? Because after 60, your food choices become more powerful. The body gives feedback faster. If you eat the wrong foods at night, you may wake tired, stiff, foggy, and weak. If you support your body with better choices, you may notice steadier energy, better digestion, better blood pressure, and improved confidence. And gentlemen, confidence matters. When a man starts losing energy, erections, strength, and drive, he often becomes quiet. He does not talk about it. He feels embarrassed. He thinks it is just age. But many times the body is not broken. It is asking for better support. Start with one simple swap. Replace salted peanuts with almonds. Replace cashews with walnuts. Replace macadamias with pistachios. Limit Brazil nuts and use hazelnuts more often. Do that for 2 weeks and pay attention. How is your energy? How is your waistline? How is your blood pressure? How is your sleep? How is your confidence? How is your morning vitality? Your body speaks when you listen. And remember, nuts are still calorie-dense. Even the good ones should be eaten in small amounts. A small handful is enough. More is not better. Consistency is better. Also, if you have nut allergies, kidney disease, kidney stone history, diabetes, digestive problems, heart disease, or take medications, speak with your healthcare provider before making major changes. But for many men, choosing the right nuts can be a simple daily step toward better health. Because aging does not mean giving up. Aging means becoming more intentional. The wrong snacks can drain you. The right snacks can support you. The wrong habits can stiffen your blood vessels. The right habits can help keep them flexible. The wrong foods can make you feel older. The right foods can help you feel more alive. So today, choose better. Choose foods that support the man you still want to be. Choose foods that protect your blood vessels, heart, prostate, energy, and confidence. If this video helped you, give it a like so more men over 60 can hear this message. Share it with a friend who needs to protect his circulation and vitality. And comment below, which nut will you remove first, and which one will you add instead? Type strong in the comments if you are ready to make the change today. This is Dr. Allen. Take care of your blood vessels, protect your energy, and remember, your body can still respond when you give it what it truly needs. I'll see you in the next video.